Hey guys, it's Peggy of the Pigeon Letters. In this video, I'm going to give you a review of the Winsor Newton Cotman Watercolor Sketchers Pocket Box. And this is just your basic colors that will fit basically, you can fit this in your pocket, which is probably why they call it a pocket box. It's more economical, so it's not going to be one of their super expensive boxes, but it's still high quality. So when you open this up, you're going to find this palette, and inside of it you've got your watercolor cakes, and then you have a collapsible brush. So if you open this up, you've got this nice round tip at the end, and you can just turn it around like that and then use it on the go. And when you are finished, plug that back in there, and then it sits in this little tray. So I'll show you these colors. They're pretty vivid, if I can get it out of there. Okay, so the first one we have is this nice yellow. And then we've got more of a yellow orange. And then we have our rich, kind of a red orange. And if you guys are familiar with mixing colors, mixing that would give you that nice lighter orange. This darker red. This will probably give you more of a red, but it is an orangey, kind of a warm red. This next guy, I don't know if it has, oh yeah, Ultramarine. So they do have their colors listed on the side here. I'm gonna have to cheat once they get darker because it's harder to tell what they are. And then next to that we have intense blue. And as you can see, it's very similar to that darker color. And then we have our, it's called a Viridian hue. It's gonna be probably a cooler green. And then we have our Sap Green. These are always my favorite because they're kind of a warmer, nature-ish green. They look a little bit more like, I don't know, like how a fern's color would be, but in I don't know. I'll show you. And then we have this more of a burnt yellow, kind of tannish. And then another more burnt color. Oh, burnt sienna, see? So that's going to be orangey brown. And then our brown, and lastly our white. So let's move into swatches, and I'll show you what these guys look like on paper. It's worth mentioning that these cakes, the way that they're put in here, they are actually whiter on one area, on the top area, than the bottom. And so they fall out really easily. So a really easy trick is just to turn them over, take them out, turn them over, and then put them back into them. And then if you press down, they will not fall out. I also wanted to let you know that inside the pamphlet that the watercolors come with, it actually has a list of all the colors with the names, and then it has a key that will let you know about how permanent they are, how transparent they are, and those symbols are all here listed. So that's also handy, and it features all the colors that they offer. So not all of them are going to be in this palette, but it's still really useful. I'm going to use the brush that it came with because I want to show you the results that I get from doing that. And then one of my favorite things that I do before I get started is I like to wet down my watercolor palette. It helps a lot with priming the colors so that they are easier to pick up. These watercolors are pretty pigmented, so just pick up a little bit and then swatch that down. And then the next color. Yeah, these colors are super rich, which is nice if you're not used to them I'm just tapping my brush and picking up this much color. I'm trying not to do too much because I also want to see what it looks like as it gets more transparent toward the bottom. And you can always add more, but you can see all that I'm doing is just setting my brush down. And look at this pigment. Incredible. Oh, and this is the color that I was talking about, how it's more of like that warmer green. I don't know. It just reminds me of when like you're on like a nature hike and the sun is coming through the trees. It like lights up those greens. Love it. Okay. This brush is really nice, you guys. Also, which is good to note. Okay, so that's what those look like. They are nice, bright, and vivid. My takeaway is I highly recommend them. The link is below if you want to grab them. There's a direct link there to Amazon, only 12 bucks. And then just for reference, this is a Pentelic Aqua journal. I like it because it's landscape. So, and the paper is super thick. I'm able to do quite a lot of watercolor in here. It doesn't warp the pages. Just an FYI, that's also linked below. If you guys like this video and you want to see more like this, please be sure to thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you next time.